Hello, everybody. It's Monday. The week has started. It really does become kind of a mush after a while, trying to remember what all these, what days of the week it is. Just looking out in the backyard right now, and the boys are laying out there. There's two patches of shade that one tree is casting on a really bright lawn, and they're both laying in it. I guess they didn't feel like being out in the sun yet. They've been having a ball. I was at the market and they had a little package with some marrow bones in it. So I came home and warmed them up just a little bit and put them out there. And yesterday they were going berserk with these. Of course, there's two bones, two dogs, and they both want the same bone. So they're like going at you. One of them's buried somewhere in the yard. I have no idea where that's going to end up. But today was a special day for me. One of these days that, you just kind of go, really, really. I worked last night. Had a bunch of orders for books, so I went ahead and filled them all, but I ran out of books at home. So I decided to get up early this morning and run to the warehouse and load the truck up and just put a pile of them in the garage so I would have them handy. And then I would come home and finish the order and then load all those boxes up. I had about, I don't know, 40 books to ship off today. So I thought, well, I'll just come home, fill up the order, load the truck, go right back to the loading dock, dump them off, and then do them. I'm fine. So I pull into the storage facility, and I grab a big cart and go down the hall, get my books, come back to the truck. Notice that my keys are still in the ignition and the door's locked. And my wallet's in there that has the spare key in it. So I'm just standing there going, really? Really? I mean, I've loaded the truck. The back's completely filled with books, even though the place is inside with the security gate and all that. You have to have a code to get in and all that stuff. But I'm just going, really? It's about 3 miles from my house. And of course, I had my phone in my pocket. So I called home, of course. Wife's sleeping. It's really early in the morning. She's sleeping. Dogs are sleeping. So I walked home. And I love walking. It was nice to get a good several miles of walking in this morning. And then woke her up and said, drive me back. So she drove me back, got the truck, and came home, did what I had to do, then went and dumped off all of those books. And then I had a thing I needed to return. It was some plastic flooring stuff that I was going to use for when I was rolling a cart into the house and out. And it's just a piece of crap. It's one of those things that looks much better when you're buying it than when it actually shows up. And the thing's been rolled so tight, it would probably have to be about 100 degrees outside and leave it out in the sun for the thing just to break tension enough to lay flat. Otherwise, it kept rolling up. It was like a bad Laurel and Hardy skit here or something. So I was going to return it. And there's a department store called Kohl's. And I got a notification saying they would accept. It's an Amazon thing. And so they said they would accept Amazon returns. So I went, okay, great. I'll just run down, get that out of the way. So I go down there, and there's a line of maybe 75 people returning stuff. And I thought, I'm not going to put myself in danger and I'll stand here for hours in a line of all these people waiting to return some crap. So I just got right back in the truck, drove back home, and here I sit. And I missed you all, so I figured, what the hell, let me get home and hang. This will be much better. Now, I had something I was going to do today, and I will do it tomorrow. And it's real fun. It's real different than most of the other stuff I've posted. But one of the people that pops up here and does comments on stuff is the great Leo Sayer. And I had really had the joy of recording with Leo back around 1978. And for me, this is an interesting piece of material. It's something that was written. I wrote it down here by a gentleman named Billy Nichols from a group called White Horse, and they had a record of this. And then Leo did it on this self-titled Leo Sayer album, and on that one, on the first track I'm going to play is the Leo Sayer version of it. And on this track is myself and Russ Kunkel and Waddy Wachtel, Lenny Castro, Greg Fillinganes, and Steve Picaro and David Campbell did the string arrangements on it. Then, after that, Phil Collins ended up doing a cover of it. And everybody out there seems, when we would be touring and stuff, seems to think it's a Phil Collins song. And then people would say, oh, I looked into it. It's a Leo Sayer song. But it's not a Leo Sayer song. It's a White Horse song written by Billy Nichols. But I'm not going to play all three versions. I'm going to play the two that I've played on this. So the first one I'm going to play is really emotionally. It's really great revisiting how Leo interpreted this as compared to the way Phil did it. It's a different vibe. And on the Phil version of it, I didn't work. This was on his album Testify that he cut in the 90s, and I didn't play on this record. So I'm playing our version of it from the first Final Farewell tour in 2004. So when I play Phil's, it'll be from live performance, so it's still me playing on it. But the first one I'm going to play is Leo Sayer's version that I played on, and Leo's great. I'll play some more stuff as time goes on from Leo. I mean, I love his voice. It's just one of those unique, really angelic, edgy voices, though. But really a special artist. I believe he's living in Australia now. I'm pretty sure, but not sure positive, but I think so. So here's I Can't Stop Loving You, Leo Sayer. It's like a waltz where Phil's isn't. It's like
I could say everything's alright. I could pretend and say goodbye. Got your ticket, got your suitcase, got your leaving smile. I could say that's the way it goes. I could pretend that you won't know that I was lying. 'Cause I can't stop loving you. I can't stop loving you. I can't stop loving you. Though I try. We took a taxi to the station. Not a word was said. I saw you walk across the road. Maybe the last time, but I don't know. I'm feeling hopeful. I heard a rumble
yeah.
on the railway track.
That's Waddy.
And when I hear the whistle blow, I'll walk away and you won't know that I was lying. I can't stop loving you. I can't stop
I just love the way he sings. Just beautiful voice. God, just soulful. So that was like in 3/4. It's like a waltz with that one. Phil's tempo's different. I remember Sweet Baby James was in 3/4. And I remember I did a cut of it with a great singer, still out there singing his ass off, named Turley Richards. And we ended up cutting it in 4 instead of 3. And I remember playing it for James, and James went, God, I kind of wish I would have done it in 4. I mean, it was like it became a different song altogether. And so it's always interesting when you can kind of just do a simple little thing like that can completely change the dynamic of a song. So here's the version we did with Phil Collins. This is from 2004 from our Live in Paris concert. I would have played the album version of it, but I might run into trouble with it, and I didn't play on the album, so I'd rather play the one that I played personally to keep the continuity going. So here's Phil and company in 2004 doing Can't Stop Loving You.
So you leave in the morning on the early train. Well, I could say everything's over, and
Oh, I missed this.
pretend, say goodbye. Got your ticket, got your suitcase, got your leaving smile. Well, I could say that's the way it goes, and I'd walk away, and you won't know that I was lying. Oh, because I can't stop loving you. No, I can't stop loving you, and I won't stop loving you. Why should I? We took a taxi to the station, not a word was said, and I saw you walk across the road for maybe the last time. I don't know, feeling hungry, heard the wrong on the railroad track. And when I hear the whistle blow, you walk away, and you won't know that I'll be crying. Oh, because I can't stop loving you. No, I can't stop loving you. No, I won't stop loving you. Why should I? Because I'll always be by your side. I never wanted to say goodbye. I'll always see you if you change your mind. So you're leaving in the morning on the early train. Well, I could say everything's alright, and I could pretend to say goodbye, but that would be lying. Because I can't stop loving you, can't stop loving you.
You know, just don't do it. Don't do it. Get rid of that. That just goes to show, I mean, you can have a great song. It can be interpreted in different ways, different tempos, and it can be made to work. And it's so funny because I remember when we were doing this with Phil, and there was talk about, that, well, no, Leo Sayer had done this before Phil, because, I kept thinking, that's such a familiar song. I just wonder if Phil played this for me, or, before, kind of one of these things, they're so familiar. And then the funny thing was when there was discussion that, Leo Sayer had done this, and then there was talk that Leo Sayer had written it, then I went further digging in. But then to dig in and find out that I had played on the Leo Sayer version of it, but spaced out, didn't really even realize it until I looked up credits on it. I went, oh, Jesus, that was me. It's funny. Yeah, just funny how all this stuff works. But I just saw how cool, just these two different versions, and, one from 1978 and one from 2004, or probably 20 years difference by the time, Phil's was actually recorded for Testify. But so I thought it was interesting. Maybe I'm the only one who will find it interesting, but hey, I'm the only one sitting here. So, you can look at me and just go, I think I'm just going to go out and get a pizza and let him ramble on, whatever. I'm going to finish. I got a bunch of yard work done yesterday, and I am going to go back and finish what I started yesterday, get that going, and get that area finished. It's really gorgeous out. Some other little obligations to do, but I'm going to save those until after I finish the yard. I don't want to get distracted. I want to get out there while it's nice out and stay focused on it. So I'm going to wish everybody a very good start to the week. The dynamics in the world are pretty nuts right now, so just stay safe. And stay as careful as you can. Like when I pulled up to that Kohl's department store this morning, I just went, there is no way that this piece of crap plastic flooring is worth standing in line with 75 people returning their pieces of garbage that just taken. I mean, I couldn't believe it. So I may just have to bite the big weenie on that one and see. But I've got till February 1st to return it. So I might wait a week or two and then just see if I can get over there. If there's a little lull, I'll jump in and get rid of this stuff. So, but thoughts every day to all of the people working especially the medical field. I mean, all the fields that are exposed. I just talked to a very dear friend this morning, and he and his girlfriend both ended up getting COVID. And they're doing okay now. They've been through the worst part of it, but they've come out of it. But they had done everything that they could possibly do to stay safe. And during the holidays, they got together with some people who said, "Oh no, we've done nothing. We're like we've been checked out and everything." And they went to their house and got it. So you just don't know. You gotta try to stay as diligent as you can through this. So, man, my heart's with everybody out there, but especially all the workers, from doctors, nurses, janitorial staff, the paramedics that are out there dealing with people. I mean, it's like being in a wildfire out here in LA at this point. Some places are probably not nearly as bad as we're going through right now, but it can come back real fast. So be careful. And this other thing I was going to do today, I will do tomorrow, and it's completely different than anything that I've put up before, and it's really was a very fun project. So I'll see you tomorrow with a new adventure in here, something for the peanut gallery. But for the moment, I'm just going to say have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. So bye-bye.